Hello and welcome back to Bizarre Bureau, where we peel back the layers of the reality you think you know. Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt more real than reality itself? A dream so vivid, so detailed, that it left you questioning everything? What if I told you that these aren't just random firings of your subconscious, but potential echoes from the future? What if a top-secret government project, codenamed Operation Dreamstate, had already cracked the code to using dreams for time communication? It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But stick with me, because the breadcrumbs left behind in declassified documents and whistleblower testimonies paint a picture that is as astonishing as it is unsettling. Our journey begins in the shadow of the Cold War, a time of intense paranoia and technological leaps. Both superpowers were racing not just for nuclear supremacy, but for dominance in a far more subtle field, psychic warfare and parapsychology. While the public knew about projects like MKUltra, deeper, more clandestine operations were underway. This is where the whispers of Operation Dreamstate begin. The core theory was radical. Our dreams are not just personal psychological landscapes. They exist in a dimension unbound by linear time, a sort of collective consciousness where past, present, and future coexist. The mission? To train individuals, dubbed wondernauts or dream voyagers, to navigate this dimension and retrieve information from the future. The selection process for these wondernauts was rigorous. They weren't looking for spies or soldiers in the traditional sense. They sought out individuals with naturally high levels of dream, recall people who experience lucid dreams frequently, and those with a documented history of precognitive experiences, that feeling of déjà vu or knowing something was going to happen just before it did. These candidates were subjected to a battery of psychological and physiological tests, looking for a specific neurological signature that suggested a predisposition to temporal leakage in their dream states. Once selected, the training was unlike anything seen before. It combined ancient lucid dreaming techniques borrowed from Tibetan dream yoga with cutting-edge technology. The wondernauts would sleep in specially designed sensory deprivation chambers, shielded from all external electromagnetic and auditory interference. Electrodes monitored their brainwaves, tracking the precise moment they entered the REM or rapid eye movement stage of sleep, the gateway to the dream world. This is where it gets truly strange. The project leads believed they could prime the subconscious with specific targets. Before sleeping, and wondernaut would be briefed on a future event they needed to gather intel on. For example, the outcome of a political summit, a technological breakthrough, or a potential stock market crash. They would be surrounded by symbols, images, and sounds related to that target, a process called subconscious seeding. The idea was to plant a beacon in their mind that their dreaming consciousness could navigate towards through the chaotic currents of time. Early results were reportedly erratic but promising. One declassified, heavily redacted report speaks of Subject Delta, who, in 1978, allegedly dreamed in vivid detail about the catastrophic failure of a new type of rocket engine. His descriptions, filled with specific technical jargon he couldn't have known, were initially dismissed. 2 years later, a prototype rocket exploded on a test pad in a manner eerily similar to his dream account. Coincidence? The project leaders didn't think so. Another anecdote tells of a wondernaut who consistently dreamed of stock market tickers, seeing patterns in price surges for companies that were either small or hadn't even gone public yet. The financial gains from this dream data are rumored to have secretly funded the operation for years, keeping it completely off the official books. They were, in effect, using the future to pay for its own discovery. But how could this possibly work? The theoretical physics behind Operation Dreamstate is where things get truly mind-bending. The project's physicists weren't relying on Einstein's model of space-time alone. They were exploring radical quantum theories, which suggest that consciousness itself is a fundamental property of the universe, not just a product of the brain. In this model, the collective unconscious is a real, tangible field of information, and our individual minds act as receivers. Think of it like this. Linear time is the song playing on the radio. Our waking consciousness hears it note by note, in a straight line. But the dream state, according to this theory, allows you to access the entire recording at once, the raw data file. You can jump to the end, the middle, or the beginning. The challenge for the Wondernauts wasn't just accessing the file, but learning to navigate it and make sense of the chaotic, symbolic language of dreams. A stock market crash might not appear as a graph, but as a dream of a falling tidal wave or a crumbling building. A political alliance might be dreamed as a strange wedding. The Wondernauts had to become expert interpreters of their own subconscious. Of course, this came at a tremendous psychological cost. The line between the dream world and reality began to blur for many participants. Some reported waking dreams, where the symbolic landscape of the future would bleed into their waking life. Others suffer from chronic paranoia, unable to distinguish between a real memory and a potential future memory. They were living in a constant state of déjà vu, haunted by events that hadn't happened yet. Several of the most successful Wondernauts reportedly had to be permanently institutionalized, their minds fractured by the temporal paradoxes they were forced to navigate. So what happened to Operation Dreamstate? Officially, it never existed. The program was supposedly dismantled in the late 1980s, deemed too unpredictable and too dangerous. The official reason cited was the immense psychological toll on the subjects and the unreliable nature of the data. But others believe it was never shut down. They argue it was simply too successful to abandon. Proponents of this theory suggest the operation just went deeper underground, evolving into something far more sophisticated. Instead of actively sending Wondernauts on missions, they developed passive systems to scan the global collective unconscious. Think about it. Billions of people dreaming every night. That's an unimaginable amount of data. What if an advanced AI could sift through that global dream state, looking for patterns, for spikes in collective anxiety, or hope that predict major world events? This theory suggests that major events are preceded by dream tsunamis in the collective unconscious. Before a major economic crisis, millions of people might have subtle, symbolic dreams about loss and scarcity. Before a major breakthrough in medicine, there might be a wave of dreams about healing and renewal. The operation, in its modern form, wouldn't be about seeing the future, but about feeling its weather patterns before the storm arrives. Is it possible that you, in your own bed, are an unwitting sensor in this global network? That your strange, vivid dreams are not just your own, but a small ripple in a much larger ocean of consciousness, an ocean being secretly mapped and monitored? The next time you wake from a powerful dream, one that shakes you to your core, take a moment. Don't just dismiss it. Write it down. Look at the symbols. What is your subconscious trying to tell you? Is it just processing your day? Or are you perhaps brushing up against an echo from tomorrow? The truth about Operation Dreamstate may never be fully declassified, but the answers might just be waiting for you the next time you close your eyes. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive at the Bizarre Bureau. If these are the kinds of questions that keep you up at night, then you're in the right place. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an investigation into the strange and unknown. Until next time, stay curious.